r/AskReddit by Reddify. Europeans who visited America. What was your biggest WTF moment? I went to pay with card in a restaurant and the waiter just took it and walked off. Well, I had a reverse WTF when they brought a machine to a table in Europe. For some reason it felt more time consuming. Though I know that wasn't the case. They bring you the machine in Canada too. I left my hotel in Texas at 7 AM, stopped at McDonald's, and got enough breakfast sandwiches to last me through lunch. I then stopped at a gas station to get gas and 6 Enter Cokes. I gunned it through Texas, sometimes going over 90 miles an hour. I stopped one more time to go to the toilet and get gas and snacks. At 7:30 PM I stopped at the hotel to spend the night. I was still in Texas. From Beaumont to El Paso is almost as far as Paris to Budapest. I'm from Beaumont and took a trip to Florida a while back. A couple months later I took a trip to El Paso. Took about as long to get to El Paso as it did to get to Florida. In 2015 I went to Florida. We walked past a crazy golf place and a guy was holding an alligator in his arms. He also told me he had an 8-foot alligator in the bag. I'm from England, so I don't think I'll ever quite get over just how casual he was having a ducking alligator in his arms. There is a common news phrase in the USA. Florida man does insert absolutely absurd thing here. A lot of my family lives in Florida and absolutely embraces this. A lot of the other states tease Florida about it. Funny thing is, it's actually just really common because Florida is really public and transparent with police notification. So all the crazy stuff is really easy to find. My parents moved to Florida about a decade ago from the Northeast. Every once in a while they will take a picture of something ridiculous and text it to me, like a 6-foot ladder next to a big wheel monster truck outside a restaurant, so that the driver can get in/out of the truck, or a pic while sitting in plastic lawn chairs, or an entire family including little kids dressed in head-to-toe camo fishing in a creek in the back of McDonald's. You need camouflage to fish? Florida is beautiful and also batshit crazy. Boston. Didn't notice I had left Europe. Houston. The people were as friendly as they were huge. And loud. Hugely loud. And loudly huge, I guess. Nashville and other places I went kinda blend together in my head. Except for the delicious food. Oh. And the person who asked if my country had coins and traffic lights. What? Yes. I mean, what? Visited America from the UK a few years ago. One of the people I was staying with caught me drinking a glass of milk and asked, "So do you guys, like, drink cow's milk over there?" Or, yes. I've known 2 people in my life who thought cows were native to the US and didn't live anywhere else. So, ick now. European gone to Texas. The difference in religion is astounding. It's so much more prevalent in people's lives here. There are some beautiful churches in Europe, but they don't seem to have the same spirit as Texas. Also, holy duck, the driving distances are immense. An hour commute in the morning is normal for people. A lot of US states are larger than most EU nations. Yes, Texas alone is about the size of France. This is not me. I read a story of 4 Germans who had just finished high school and were going on a USA road trip of beer and weed in some places. They didn't find out the drinking/smoking age was 21 until they got there. I had a foreign exchange student friend come from Germany when we were about 19 over 20, and he ordered a beer the first time we went out to eat. He was shocked when they asked for an ID and denied him a drink. We laughed and asked if he knew that 21 was the drinking age here. He just replied, "Yes, I heard that, but it seemed too ridiculous. I thought no one would care. Drinking age for beer is 16 in Germany, 18 for hard alcohol." When I ordered a cappuccino at IHOP, and it came in a bowl-sized mug with cream on top and was filled with sugar and vanilla, IHOP was madness. I think my order was about 9,000 calories. So, 0.2 pancakes? Your commercials on TV for prescription drugs. We found the disclaimers for the side effects hilarious. Yeah, so do Americans. I find a lot of the commercials throw in a casual death as a potential side effect. It might cure your hemorrhoids, or it might cause death. There's ducking flags everywhere. The American flag density per square kilometers is so much higher than any other place I've been. It's like every other house has a flag. The number of American flags on display very dramatically shot up after 9/11. Even before 911. Though, I always remember my parents putting the flag out. We had a holder for the flagpole on our front porch. I was extremely surprised that in fast food restaurants you will find unlimited soft drinks from time to time, like a refill cup. Yet people pay extra for a bigger cup. So they don't have to walk too often, I guess. People often get big cups when they intend to take the drink with them, so that it will last longer. However, many people also get big cups just because then they don't have to refill so often. Edit. Also, it's the norm in the United States for fast food places to have free refills. I've never been in a chain that didn't have free refills. Edit 2. No, I've never been to Europe or Asia. But I figured everyone knew we were talking about the US. Edited for clarity. I've never been in a chain that didn't have free refills. This was something that was born out of the fast food wars in the 90s. In the 80s, you bought one drink. You drank that drink. That drink was finished. You had to buy a second drink to get more of your drink. In the 90s, some places, I believe McDonald's may have been the first, that offered unofficially one free refill. In Canada, we got a new coffee place in the late 80s called Second Cup. Their premise was your second cup is free. Well, like anything, if you have such a simple gimmick, everyone just copies it. And soon all coffee shops offered a free coffee refill. Not sure if this had any effect on soft drinks. Anyways, back to McDonald's. In the early 90s, if you wanted a refill, they would mark the bottom of your cup with a marker. So you got one refill. Then around the late 90s they just said duck it and everyone got free refills. It was around this time that most fast food places moved their fountain drinks from behind the counter to inside the lobby area of the fast food place for the customer to do it themselves. Excuse me, I ordered a small. This is your child-sized drink? Yes. It's approximately the size of a small child. Approximately the size of a 2-year-old. Liquefied. I went to Vegas and saw a homeless guy with a sign that said kick me in the balls for $20 This huge dude was well up for it. He had a bit of a run up and hoofed him right in the knackers. This poor tramp was rolling around in agony but got his money. As an American, this bothers me too. As a human, it should. While walking around Austin, random people would just give me a hey, how's it going as they walked past. In the UK, if someone even looks like they might glance in your direction, it probably means they're about to try selling you something. I probably offended a couple of them with how defensive I seemed. Come to New York. You'll like it. We won't even look in your general direction. My wife and I were in a coffee shop in New York looking at a map and a local came up and asked where the duck do you want to go? Then he gave us step-by-step directions. All the prices are pre-tax. So if you buy something for $2 and you exactly have $2, it's not enough. Correct. Unless the menus specifically say, tax included. Or if you're in Oregon, we don't have sales tax up here. If you are enjoying the video, please give a thumbs up and leave a comment. Till Europeans all visit Texas. It's the America of America. Most people from Texas don't like being a part of America. Texas is just Texas. You'll see more Texan flags than American flags for a reason. I'm an Aussie who visited USA. Hope it's okay for me to crash this thread. We loved our visit, loved the whole bloody place. But I was absolutely gobsmacked when I found Fruit Loops with marshmallows. I genuinely did not think it was possible to make Fruit Loops more unhealthy. But you guys didn't love your work. We are here for a good time. Not a long time. I feel blessed. I'm Canadian, not European. But still, the first time I saw a dude walk by me, into a bank no less, and he stood near a cop, with a gun on a holster, and not cause it. It blew my mind. Edit. For those of you wondering, it was somewhere in Texas. It was something like 30 years ago. And for all I know, he was breaking the law and just didn't get caught in the minute or so. I remember looking at him I went into a Pizza Hut in Nevada and the guy working the register was open carrying. It's normal here. All arguments for or against aside. I live in South Carolina and I just realized I've never seen anyone open carry a gun for as long as I can remember. Not European, I'm Australian, but went to a Walmart in Arkansas. It was just like stepping into the people of Walmart page. Walmart, Arkansas. How you jumped in with both feet right there. Straight to the deepest end of the pool. Or shallowest end. Depends on your perspective. Back in 1987, and asking for a burger and chips. Then sat wondering why the hotel waitress looked at me funny. Then my food turned up. Edit, crisp with a burger wasn't a thing back then. On the other hand, if you ask for fish and chips, everyone in the US will know what you mean. The only time that chips means french fries in the US is if it's preceded by the words fish and. I'm a ducking idiot. I never knew that chips in fish and chips meant french fries. Make sure to like and subscribe so we can watch together.